Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rising World. I'm the Radio Man 03. It is absolutely fantastic to have you along. Back at home, safe and sound, no worries, no problems. Got everything put back away and progressing on the cabin we have here. Today, what I've been working on so far, and I've been at it for a couple of hours now, I've got the floor installed. It's the same floor as in here, but inside this area as well as over in the kitchen area. Right now, I'm looking at the glass. Since we did go out and get the sand, 4 sand per pane of glass, we've got this right here. I believe I needed 10 to finish out the house. I put one piece in just to make sure I know how to do it before we get started on it. So we're going to go with 10 of these guys. There we go, and that takes care of that sand right there. Boom, we got 20 left, and that's it. We're going to take those blocks out of there for now, and we're good to go. Number 5. It is interesting stuff. I've got this one right here. You can see kind of a different look to this area right here. Let's go ahead and get an empty hand. You can see it's got a kind of a wavy look to it. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this glass put in. And we've got this one right here. We're going to hit Control and see, and it looks to me like it's fitting in there quite nicely indeed. Yes, we're checking to see if it's halfway through here, and it is, so we're going to go pop, and there is a piece of glass. Hit Control again, that'll take that right out of there, and bam, we've got our windows at the front door. Looks pretty good. I like how that looks. It's got kind of that little wavy feel. You see that? You see how that looks? I think it's a pretty darn good piece of glass. So let's go back to 5 again. I thought this stuff, yeah, it does. It does kind of take shape of what the window is. Okay, good deal. So we're going to pop that one in there, and we're going to go right over there, pop that in there, and just make sure you hit the edge of the window, or you can hit the bottom of the window too. It'll automatically shape itself to what it needs to be. And we're going to do that right there. Bam. We got the windows in that one there. And then we've got some little windows over here. We're going to do one there, one there, one there. Oh, yeah, it's all coming together. And then this, of course, is going to be one big window there. So, did we get this one over here? I don't think we did. No, we did not. Right there, and right there. Awesome. Look at that. We now have glass in our windows. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so here's the floor. This is, again, is the kitchen area, kind of dining area over here. This is the living room area over here. I was going to change up the flooring, but I'm having kind of a hard time. I was trying to figure out, okay, how do I differentiate the flooring materials? And maybe, I don't know. It's without walls and stuff in here, it's just one big room, you know, so it's difficult for me to see that in my head right now. I did leave the stone across the middle here open because I think what we're going to wind up having is, that's the center. That's the center of the room, is the middle block. We've got 1, 2, we figured this out last episode. This guy right here is our middle block. I believe if we take the pick, yeah, it'd start cracking it. So that's the middle one right there. So we're going to have support posts that go up into the rafters here to hold up the ceiling, the joists across the room. We'll have a few of those put in here just for kind of decoration, and that's going to divide up the room a little bit. And then once we get this all worked out, we can come back in and decide if we want to keep this stone or do we want to swap this out and turn it into the flooring material as well. The door is off center. I don't want it centered. I want it over in the kitchen area, not in the living room area. So that's why the door is over there. And I did fix the gap right here. All it took was a small piece of log to take care of that. It's all fixed up. Some of you had some questions about the beams and the logs and the planks, and let's address that right now while I'm thinking about it. The first thing you can do is hit F1. Now somebody said that F1 was making their game crash. So if I hit F1, F2, F3. F3 is your grid, your coordinates. F1 is supposed to pull up. Oh, F2. F2 is your flight mode, so you could fly with F2 if you wanted to. Let me get back down to the earth here. There we go, F2 again. But F1, why isn't F1 working? Settings. I could have sworn F1 controls. I thought it was F1. Jump, crouch, sprint, walk, drop, item, zoom, mouse sensitivity, strafe left, forward, primary action, secondary interaction, inventory, journal. Yeah, J is your journal, map, chat, compass, clock, take screenshot. Huh. Corpse despawn time, 30 minutes. You know, that is really... I don't know. Yeah, I could have sworn F1 was supposed to be the one that you pushed, and I've never really used it, so I don't have an answer on that one. Sorry, I don't have an answer. I'll take a look at that and see what I'm doing wrong. Let's grab these guys right here, planks and beams. We'll grab some planks and some beams, and just let's go in the house. You guys are having some troubles with some of the mechanics and how they work, and I'm still learning it too, but I've got a little bit that I can hopefully help you out with. Okay, so here is one of our beams, okay? So the question was, how do I stretch out the beam? Okay, if you hold down your left shift key and you use your arrows, up, down, left, and right, up, shift, arrow up. You got to hold the shift key down, hold it down. Arrow up is going to stretch out your beam. Arrow down is going to shrink that beam. Now, if you hold on, well, let's go. If you hold shift down and continue to hold shift down, your right arrow key is going to make that beam larger. Left arrow key makes it smaller. If you take your finger off the shift key, it's going to be your arrow keys that are going to turn these things around and stuff like that, okay? It's going to turn your beams around up and down. So there's up, there's down, there's left, there's right, okay? Now, if you want it to stay in place to see if you've got it in the right place, hit Control. Just hit Control, and that board will stay right there until you hit Control again, okay? So that's really handy. And now while it's in control, you can hold shift and you can use your arrow keys to do whatever you want to, and that beam's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay right there. I can shrink it and everything while it's still in control, and I can move around. I could run across the world 1,000 blocks away, and that is not going to go anywhere as long as I don't hit Control again, okay? So that's stuck right there. So that's Control. Now the other thing that's very handy, I'd hit Control again there to get it loose, is, okay, so let's say I wanted to go up against this post and stay right there. Now you can hit the return key, and it's going to snap it right where it wants to be. It's going to line it up right smack dab on that log right there. Now, it'd be better if I had another one of these guys here to kind of show this. Let's do this. Let's shrink this down. Let's turn off the return key. We're going to do that. I want you to stand up. There you go. Like so. Okay, so let's stand that up right there. Let's add another one. The return key is activated right now. Let's put this right up here just so we can show this to you guys. Okay, so now if I want to, let's say I'm building something onto the end of this and I want it to be exactly precise on there. If I take my cursor and I aim it right at that beam and hit the return key, it's going to stick. Okay, but if I move, it's going to go away. But the return key is still activated, so you're going to see it snap to everything. It wants to just snap to everything. If you ever get a piece of wood that does that, where you just why? This happened to me once, and you guys helped me with this. It's because you've got the return key activated. If you hit return again, it's going to undo that, and you can move this beam anywhere you want to. Same thing goes with the logs. Same thing goes with the planks. Okay, so now we come back up here and we hit return, and it's going to pull it right into place. Now we want to check it to see if it's correct. We can hit Control, and it's going to stay there. Now we could go hold down Shift. We could use arrow key. We could stretch that out as long as we want to. Maybe we want to make it shorter. Maybe we want that to be a little bit bigger. Nevertheless, it's going to sit right in the middle of that one, and that's going to give you a perfect beam every time when you do that. Okay, now I could see right now that that's actually buried into this one here. You can see it's in there. So if we hit return, turn that off, we could slide this over now with our arrow key, left arrow key. We could slide that out. We get real precise with it. Okay, we could slide this all the way to the other side of the map. We could just keep on going, keep on trucking with that. But see, I turned my direction. So now it wants to come this way. So depending on which way you're looking is the arrow key you want. Now I'm going to use the right arrow key. And the back arrow key, the down arrow key. Okay. Just like that. Up and down. And then if you want that to go up, you hit your page up. Hit your page up key. And then you got page down key. So you get real precise with this stuff, real precise. And that's the beauty of the game, I think, is one of the real beauties of the game, is that you can be really, really precise. And again, this goes for the planks, the wood beams, and the wood logs. Any one of those things you can do and get very intricate with stuff. And that's where a lot of detail comes into play, and it's really nice. Now, when we break these, we're not going to get these back. They're gone. That's the downside of that, is they're broken. The blocks, like these guys here, if I break any one of these, we're not going to get it back. If I break a block with a hammer, we're going to get this back. We're not going to get these back. And anytime you take flooring, let's get these beams back. We can spend a few of these. That's okay. We've got 12 of them. I can do this, and I can stretch this out. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just holding down the left mouse key, and now I'm using D to strafe right, okay? So I've only got 12 of those, so we can go right here like this. Now, let's say I want a bigger gap in between these beams, okay? So what you do there is, while you're still holding down left click, hit the plus key on the far right-hand side of your keyboard, and that's going to give you a gap in these guys. Now, when you do that, though, if you lay these down and you use them all up like this, okay? Use them all up. Let's go ahead and place them. Oh, it didn't place. Let's do it again. And there it goes. There it goes. Now, if I do that, and I find that I've made a mistake, and I don't like the way this looks. It looks like railroad ties. If I don't like the way that looks, and I break one, they're all going to go away. They're all part of the same system through there. They're all part of the same grid. So make sure when you lay them down right, you lay them down right. I make tons of mistakes every time I do it. I had to break the floor several times because they just weren't lining up right. I was having a difficult time getting my return key to work when I was putting the floor in. I managed to get it all in, but there are little flaws here and there in it. But for the most part, they're pretty well hidden, I think. But that is kind of the basics. Okay, I hope it helps. But those are kind of the basics of the building with the planks, the beams, and the logs. Okay, I wanted to share that with you guys because I'm getting a lot of questions about that, and that's great. That's what the whole channel is all about. You got questions? Ask them. If I don't get to it, somebody else in the chat here or in the comments will get to it for you. I planted our corn. Look at there. Huh? Yeah, got little tassels on top now. We only had 4. I'm going to go ahead and chop those down with a sickle next time, and we'll get some more going. Extra corn. We actually need to expand the garden a little bit. We have to figure out where we're going to put it for full time. Oh, something else. Great suggestion. 2 of you want to see this. I think the first suggestion was basement, and then root cellar is actually what I think was meant. So we will do a root cellar on the house. I think that's a great idea. I would love to build a root cellar. Have never done that on Rising World. We did it in Life in the Woods Renaissance, but not in this. So I think a root cellar probably will go outside the back door here somewhere. We'll dig down in the ground and get it up next to the house, and we'll have it so we can go down underground and get to the root cellar. So that is a great idea. I'm kind of hoping that if I sleep the night away, the clouds will go away. Let's now that we're ready to do some building, like I said, I didn't want to move on with the walls because I need to figure out exactly how the kitchen furniture is going to go. So let's go take a look at that. It looks like the sun is going down. So we're going to give it a second or two, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Cupboards. No. Decoration? I don't think so. No, it's not a curtain 2x2. There's curtains in here too. I wonder if there's different color. Oh my goodness, look at these different colors in here. Camo. There we go. For the hunter in you, we have camo. Oh, there's quite a few choices here too. We might wind up doing some of those on the window. I wonder if I can stretch those out. I'll have to, a curtain fits for a 2x2 window. All right, so that answers that. I'm looking for the that's bathroom. Is there a kitchen? Throne? Tables? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm kind of curious as to just how much space these guys take up. B, I don't think the cupboards actually work on these. Kitchen C. Kitchen corner. Is this all the stuff they have? Is it just, it's just the one color, huh? Kitchen, there's a half, there's a third. I think we're going to wind up wasting these, but let's see just how big these are. Let's get to sleep too. We'll sleep and then hopefully the sun will come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. There we go. Take a quick little snooze here. I love the glass. I love it. We haven't played with the glass much, you know, but now we do, and it looks really good. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping the sun comes out. Let's go inventory. Let's grab this guy right here, and let's see just how big this is. Okay, so it does come up. If we hit grid, it should pull it out of the wall. G is for grid, okay? I'll do this one too. G is for grid. It's very helpful when you're placing things and you want to get them lined up just right. Grid is also another nice tool. And again, this grid is as big as it gets right now. If you hit the minus key on the right-hand side of your keyboard above the plus key, you can make that grid much smaller. That's as small as it gets. And it looks like that's as big as it gets. So let's go control right there and take a look at it. Control. Can I not use control on these guys? Control. Oh, it's not letting me do control. Maybe because the grid's on? Control? No, it's not. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. Nevertheless, let's see how big these are. It's bigger than a regular block. I mean, there's just no way that is... Yeah, that's much bigger than a block. So, how am I going to experiment with this thing? I'm going to have to... Let's place one. Can I pick it up again after I place it? Oh, I can. Okay, beautiful. That's great. All right, so that's close to up to there. There's the countertop. Okay. Do I have any blocks on me? I do. Let's take a look at this guy right here. So this is actually... From the back of the backsplash all the way down to the floor, it's 2 blocks high. Okay. All right. Let's make something else. I'm just kind of curious if we could make our own cabinetry that we can actually use. That's what my question is here. Where's the one that had the drawer in it? Kitchen B. This one had the little cupboard in it. We're gonna make one of those too. Yikes! We're out of lumber. We're out of lumber. We're gonna use that up, and let's go back to... Where was I with that? Oh my God! Now I can't remember where I was. Beds, ladders, banisters, beds. No. Decoration. Why can't I remember where I was? Doors, drawbridge, saloon door. Chests? Well, we do want a chest. I actually want a chest here. Crate large. I want to make one of these guys right here. Okay, I'll find them later. Yeah, I know. That fast it jumped right out of my head. Okay, so we've got that guy, we've got that guy. I'm a little surprised they don't let me control them. Control would be so nice to be able to do. I don't know if these actually work, but we're going to find out here in just a second. What if I hit return on this? Okay, so they line up kind of like just like the scaffolding does. Let's put this one in place. That's pretty nice. Oh. Well now. We don't need to make our own kitchen cabinetry. Those things work. Is that new? I think that might be new. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's new. I find all kinds of new stuff, you know. I don't always go in to read the forum and find out what the patch notes were and what they did and what they didn't do. But those cabinets actually work pretty good with this color floor. I'm not unhappy with that at all. Look at the seam it makes, too. Oh, wow, that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Oh my God. Okay, that's just fantastic. Now I'm gonna go look and find out where these are. And then see what other choices, if there's any other choices available. I'm a little surprised it's just one color, but I'll be right back. Oh, it's under tables. Never mind. I don't have to go anywhere. So here's drawers. But it's just the one color. That is really kind of boggling to me that it's only one color. I had a thought that what I could do is, what was that again? Under tables? Yeah, under tables. Okay. I was thinking with the wood planks, there is a very white one. This guy's so white, you know? I thought that might not look bad in front, or if we were making our own cupboards, that would look pretty good. But they've got the cupboards in here. I just thought that there was more choices of them. And it doesn't look like there are tables. There we go. Yeah, it does not seem to be that there are different colors. It's just the one choice right now. That's really nice. I think you'd want to get this one put in first, and then get this one in. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we can get this one in first. I think you want to be careful about that. It's got to be straight, otherwise it's going to start going into the wall and making a mess of things. But behind it, I would like to do some sort of a backsplash on the wall. It's going to cover up the logs, but it might look pretty nice in there too. You got to start somewhere, right? So we need a lot of lumber in order to do this, and I don't think we have any more left. Yeah, I think I've actually spent the last of the trees. We've got 30. We have 30 left. I don't think that's going to give us hardly any at all. Lumber. Just max that out. We'll just do that like that. Yeah, that's going to get us a couple more pieces. That's about it. So let's do a kitchen corner, and let's do a drawer. We have 65 lumber left. Okay, so inventory. Let's get these guys put up on there and see what we can do with them just for fun. We're just kind of fooling around with stuff today. These are things I've never played with before, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. Ooh, I got a bit of a flaw right down here on my floor. Ooh. So I think maybe the corner is something I want to get put in first. Grid. Subtract it. Let's put it in and see how that looks. It's way too far away from the wall over here. You know what? I bet if I'm up on the wall, this is going to make it a lot easier to do it this way. Let's go grid. Let's subtract it again. Oh, baby. There we go. Now that looks much better. Unless it's going into the wall. Let's see. No, it's not. Okay, perfect. All right. And okay, so inventory. We can get this one out of here. And maybe we put the one with the drawers right here. Like that. Inventory. And we got this one right here, like so. That really does a nice job. They've done a nice job with that. Hopefully there's more colors coming down the road. But I think we're going to go with just the cupboards that they have here because they are just so precise. I mean, look at that. That is very, very nice looking. And we can open this too, huh? Oh, look at that. The drawer. Oh, I didn't even notice that before. But it does work. It's always the top drawer, but it does open. That is really, really cool. Okay, so that settles that. What we're going to need is a bunch of wood to get this all together. Let's put another piece in. Put one of these guys down here to kind of end the kitchen, like so. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Now, excuse me. What do we do in terms of cupboards? we're going to get this figured out where this is going to go before we can move forward with the walls, because I want windows. Like, I wouldn't mind having a window right here, you know, and probably a window right here. But then we've got to get the sink and everything else put in, and then we can figure out where the rest of our windows go. And we have to do a refrigerator. We need a refrigerator, and is there a fridge and a stove in here? I don't know if there are those kitchen appliances in here. I don't think they are, but then I don't know. So that's everything for here. We've got the sink. That's pretty cool. We got the half, kitchen third, a kitchen third, and a kitchen half. Oh my God, really? That's incredible. Okay, that's so small. Just looking. Bathroom, sink, toilet paper. Oh, that's what we're going to need, is a bathroom. Okay, I haven't even thought about that. That could go up on the second floor. Cupboards. We've got these shelves. Now, we could work out a shelf that works with the kitchen, and I'll show you a little trick about that to make this usable to put things on. I don't know if it's going to be too big, though, for that, for the kitchen, but it looks to me like this would probably be the closest one to the cupboards. Possibly that one too, though. We'll have to take a look when that time comes. Tables, yeah, we've got a table in there right now. Resources, construction, beds, barriers. It doesn't look like there is that sort of thing. Smoker, cooker, lifesaver, and gramophone. You'd think there'd be a refrigerator in here somewhere, you know. But we could figure something out to make a refrigerator. Is our corn in yet? Not yet, but it has gotten taller, I believe. Nice. What do you think? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We could leave a space for a refrigerator. Maybe we can come up with our own refrigerator. Maybe what we do for the refrigerator is we take, I know it's not the most attractive box in the world, but it would be possible. I wanted to see what the size is comparison to these guys right here. So it's a little bit bigger, but if we were to add something like this, say to, let's go grid. Control. I can't do that anymore. Why is that? Am I doing something wrong on that? Help me. If we do something like this, that's back as far as it can go. What we could do is put a wood facade on this and make it look like a refrigerator. That could be some fun right there. And then I believe we'd still be able to access this. Let's go ahead, and we've got a couple of these guys just as a quick test. Let's try this, and let's go ahead and flip this up. There we go. And let's widen that out a little bit. Oh. Okay, let's widen it out some more. Whoops. Control. Stretch it out, widen it out. Oh, see, yeah. See, we can actually add a facade to this crate. Let's do that, and now I can still access it. So we could make our own refrigerator, okay? And possibly even get away with making our own sort of stove if we could figure it out. If we can get like one of these guys up underneath there, or even like... there's the, we're going to have to get creative, but that could be really fun. It can be really fun. They've got this guy right here, not that one, the grill. If we take this guy and set him up in the kitchen on the floor and then build something around him to make him look like a stove and leave the top open, we could possibly cook on that and make it look like a stove in the kitchen. I think that could be fun. And then we've got a piano, and of course everybody needs a market stand in their yard. That's what everybody needs. Ha! We actually used the market stand in, what, Season 2? Yeah, Season 2. in our village we were building. So yeah, I think that's going to be good. I'm sorry it's so dark, but it's the weather. What are you going to do? Mother Nature, she has her way of doing things. So I've got some grind I'm going to have to do. Okay, so last episode of the week for sure. Control, bring that on over here. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some wood collecting and things like that because we are going through the wood like crazy with some of this stuff. And I made quite a few mistakes on the floor that I had to fix over and over again. So I kind of ran out of wood. But yeah, I'll get that taken care of. And next week we'll resume the episodes. It's my Friday right now. So Variety's going to be home soon. I want to get an episode up for you, at least one more before the week is out. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope the little tutorial helped as well. I mean, there's things you're going to be able to teach me as well down the line. F1. Yeah, I don't know. J. I know J is the journal right here. First steps. You can go to this and it's gonna help you out. First steps. Bed. This is the journal. And let's just go J and J again. Oh, we have to go back because we opened the book. Overview. It's just kind of your crafting stuff. Third preview, note the small arrows on the left and right. They're used to change the variation of to determine how many you want to craft. Required resources, craft. There's the furnace. So there's that. And then there's blueprints, which are pretty cool. These are our blueprints. These are structures that I built in Season 2. We've got that. We've got a farmer's house. We've got a fisherman's house. The marketplace. Outhouse. A smithy that we built, and there's a smithy there too. So we've got some blueprints in here that I don't go back and use. Oh my God, it's going to rain. Oh, wonderful. It actually has not rained since I have been in this world. This is the first rain. And boy, do I wish I had a roof on the house. I do. It's supposed to fill up our water, though. I'm not sure if that actually works. Let's take a look and see. We might as well, since it's raining. We'll take a look and see if our water starts to go up. I think maybe you need to have an empty hand. It's still a very kind of a pea green. Oh, there it goes. It got a little bit darker. So yes, our water is filling up as it rains. Beautiful. All right, guys. Yeah, that's going to have to wrap up the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Not sure about the F1 thing. I'll look into that and We'll take a look at that next episode, okay? But I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, let's close this door before the cold gets in. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Comment, subscribe, and share on the Radio Man 03. Have an awesome, fantastic, and superb day, and I look forward to talking to you again next time.